can wash it off.
Yeah, I don't know why you would do that.
I can wash it off.
Yeah?
Like it. Is it cool?
I mean, it's cool. You should have done it on paper, bro. Instead of your hand.
You like my drawing though? And then I got an action tattoo on my
Alright, no. You're not seeing it on the screen. Not what my stream is for, dude. My stream ain't for me to show your tattoo.
Watch this video again. And do E-downs too. Then push it. You won't get it first time, but you will end up getting it. Okay. So it seems like it looks really close. E-downs too. And okay, close my face. And then shift. No, that didn't work. And again.
So let people pop back in here to see if it works.
I've tried it like 50 times. It's just not working, guys. I think this is a myth.
Fucking dumb shit.
Okay. What is this? Oh! Okay, this other myth is there's a dog randomly in a cave as well. Let's go check this one out. Okay, at the back of my base, walking over, I think the one that person went into was this place. Wait, I can't wait. Hold up. Wait, what? How did I get there? No way. Okay, wait, maybe because there's currently a jail event right now. I'm not going to garden and we'll go through to this corner here, Central Island. Maybe now I can check it out. Yeah. Okay, hold up. We're in business. Is there a
Mike, come throw your trash away.
Oh, there it is. Oh, bro, it's so cute. Is there a cave behind it? Oh, wait. There's no cave I can't get through. There is a dog here, so this is not a myth. Oh, a new code. I see it. Oh, free item. Okay. I love free things.
What are you doing?
What are these things? The shop.
In the Senate, he's the president. It's his fault. Like, you have to understand what's going on. They're trying to torture the people to say, look how people are suffering under Trump's presidency. They're trying to tank the economy so that they could say, wow, look at the economy. It's so bad because it's under Trump's presidency. That is the evil shit that we're dealing with. They're hitting you with the famous line, some of you may die, but that is a risk I am willing to take. They are literally hitting you with the most evil, demented shit of all time. It's crazy. It's absolute insanity, and no normal person should be on this side. Now, this is John Fetterman. He's a Democrat. This was a message he posted to his Democrat colleagues.
Hi, here we are, and our government remains closed, and I think that's failure. And I'm the guy that's going to consistently vote for country over party. I'm always going to vote for paying our military over the party. I'm always going to vote for paying the Capitol Police over my party. And I'm going to continue to fight for the 2 million Pennsylvanians that depend on SNAP to feed themselves. And I'm also going to fight for the same 400,020 Pennsylvanians that depend on those tax credits to make health insurance more affordable. Two things are true, and now we can fight for all of them as long as our government is open. My vote is going to remain firmly on keeping our government open, and I'm going to continue to fight for all of those Pennsylvanians that I'm honored to represent here.
That is a good-ass dude, I'm not gonna lie. Right, so despite being a leftoid, he is the one Democrat that is actually voting to reopen the party. And he's like, yo, why are you putting party over people? What's going on? You're representatives of these people. This is horrifying. So that's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Now, if you look at the way the Washington Post is covering this, like this is a classic example of how the media is seeing it. The Senate blocked the bill to pay federal employees who have been required to keep working during the shutdown. The Senate. Who's the Senate? Who's the Senate? It's all the Democrats. This is the Senate. It was only Democrats. So, again, they're doing their absolute best to live in fake reality as much as they can. Now, this is obviously not doing super well because the old clip of Chuck Schumer has started making rounds. This is Schumer, the guy that essentially is the guy behind this entire shutdown. A lot of old clips of Chuck Schumer have, well, let's just say, made him look like a little bit of a dingleberry. That's right, that's right. This dude is starting to resemble the pieces of toilet paper stuck in your ass after a good wipe.
Well, you know, we have this extreme hard right group in the Republican Party, and they have chosen this moment once again to pick their fight on Obamacare. They're perfectly blunt about it. They think threatening a government shutdown, holding the full faith and credit of the U.S. hostage, is the place they have the most leverage. Now, we agree. They want to keep debating Obamacare, fine. But there's a time and a place for everything. It's called the election of 2014. Republicans should
Interesting.
train their efforts at 2014. But to hold everything hostage, which in this kind of government set up by the founders they can do, it's wrong substantively, it's wrong politically.
Wow.
When they threaten a shutdown, they're telling cancer patients that research on cures for diseases can't go forward until we kill.
I just took it off the OBS. I just got off OBS and went straight to YouTube because I don't know why. It was acting fucking weird.
Obamacare.
Wow.
They're telling highway construction workers that your paycheck and your project are on hold until we've killed Obamacare.
Wow, true.
They're telling middle-class families who want to buy a home they can't get an FHA loan till we've killed Obamacare. Many of the public's against Obamacare, but very few of the public says, hold up everything else till you repeal it. Just a small few. And what's going on here, and I've never seen anything quite like this, is this small few who represent maybe 5% of the electorate, but unfortunately, close to a majority in Republican primaries where there's a low turnout, dictate what's going on, hold the country by the neck.
Yo, true.
And paralyze things. So
imagine paralyzing things. Imagine paralyzing and using the American people as leverage for your fucking bullshit power play.
we're making an appeal today to our Republican friends, the half of the House caucus, the 2/3 of the Senate caucus, Republicans who know this is wrong, stand up and make your voices heard.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy. Anyway, there's
Stand
infinite
up and make your voices
Chuck
heard.
Schumer talking about how in 2013, how much of a nightmare.
Yeah, they do that to all of us that don't have health care. Fuck health care. Fuck insurance. That shit's a scam. Help you what?
Clean that. We need to make sun.
I can't do it right now.
We need to clean it.
You need to get an actual rag. I don't know what you were trying to clean it with. But yeah, they do the same thing to me. Me and my wife, we get they charge. It's like a penalized half because she had insurance for half the year. Because I usually try to keep insurance on my wife because she has doctor visits and stuff. I avoid the doctor like it's a fucking plague. I just don't like hospitals. Don't care for doctors.
It is to
So yeah, I end up getting penalized every year for it.
threaten a government shutdown. That would be terrible for the American people. Now, this is the leftoid base that is currently realizing they're not getting their benefits.
Y'all better lock y'all cars at night. Lock your cars. Lock your house up. If you're one of them people that just leave your car unlocked, parked in your driveway, you better lock it. With the food stamps being gone and people not gonna have people gonna eat, okay?
Yeah, because the government's taking away your assistance, so you're gonna go rob the people that work hard for their shit. Because you can't go work hard for your own shit. That's what this bitch is saying. She's saying, lock your cars because we're going to rob you. We're going to rob you and steal your cars because we can't get our government assistance and we're too lazy to get a fucking job. Shut the fuck up. Go get a goddamn job. That'll help you eat.
Nobody's just gonna. This is 2025. Nobody's just not gonna eat. Food stamps. I'm telling you right now. Even with
Stop worrying and dependent on the fucking government. That's part of the problem. Is you depend on the government to give you money to pay for what you want. Go work for your fucking shit.
the government shutdown and the food stamps and stuff being gone for next month, and it's gonna affect everybody, there's about to be a lot of stuff going on. Okay, I'm not even gonna talk about it too much because hey, you know what's about to happen. Lock your cars.
Right. Basically, she's threatening that she's gonna steal your shit, and she's not the only one.
All I know is if I don't receive my benefits this month, the food stamps, I feel bad for the motherfucking shop, right? I will just be rolling my cart out that bitch like I paid for it. But I guess the card just didn't work this month. It'll work next month. I owe y'all now, I guess, because I'm going to be eating Thanksgiving. Fuck you talking about?
That's right. I know I don't work for a living, but I am entitled to your money. And
exactly. I'm too lazy to go get a job. I'm perfectly able. Look at me walk down the road and hold the camera. I'm perfectly able to work, but I refuse. I refuse to work. Why should I have to go bust my ass when the government's going to give me everything I want? Shut the
If I don't
fuck
get
up.
your money because of the Democrats, I'm gonna steal your shit. Very cool, very nice. What else is happening?
Going to start, I'm telling you, this is going to be a thing. People are going to start, instead of stealing groceries from the stores, they're going to start watching people go to their cars and they're going to take all of their groceries. And you know what the store going to do? Not our problem, not our business. It's outside the store. They didn't do it in the store. It's not our property.
It's going to be your problem when you go to jail for it.
Call the authority.
Your ass gets locked the
Make a
fuck up
report.
for
So
it.
essentially, you have this army of people of all,
You try to
very
rob the wrong
ambiguous
motherfuckers and
ethnic.
end up. Yeah, it's going to be a problem when you try to rob the wrong motherfuckers and end up with a bullet hole between your eyes. People ain't going to like that too much. Was it worth it? Go get a goddamn job and work for your fucking shit.
Backgrounds, potentially dark-skinned white people, I would go as far as to say, making these videos.
You know what? Since you want to take food stamps away, I'm going to fucking Walmart. I'm going to rack up any damn thing I want, throw this shit right in the basket. I'm coming right about the move, get the fuck out of my way. I'm not paying for a damn thing.
Right, so he's also threatening to steal your shit. He got more of them.
I'm gonna tell y'all straight up like this. I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way. And I'm walking out with cards and I'm not paying for shit. Trump, if you want motherfuckers start looting, oh, it's gonna happen.
Look how she says Trump and how she blames Trump. It's unbelievable.
Blaming Trump when it's the party that she voted for that's fucking got the shutdown happening.
Works and it actually affects these people.
There you
These people
go.
actually think it's Trump that's stopping the food stamps. They all do.
Yeah.
And now they're all threatening violence. They're all threatening thievery. They're all threatening all this shit. Of course, the woke judges are gonna let them out every single time. It literally doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is so rotten. This ghetto philosophy, first of all, is rotten. It's rotten as fuck. You got.
Now, he's only showing black people because they're probably the ones that have been making the videos. But there's white dumbasses that are going to do the same shit.
Gotta get yourself out of this
To
victim.
me, it's the people in poverty are going to be doing this shit, regardless of what the fuck they look like.
Mentality. That's one. And two, food stamps is something you say thank you for. Like you absolute unbelievably entitled bitches. Holy shit, dude. You're not entitled to my taxpayer dollars. That's one. That's two. That's the second thing. Literally, fuck this shit. And the third thing is this is all the Democrats. The Democrats are literally and essentially these are all Democrats.
I mean, I grew up in the motherfucking bottoms. At the end of the day, I grew up in the motherfucking bottoms. But I worked my fucking way out of there.
Democrat voters. Like, let's be real. You might think that I am
That ain't what I
profiling
wanted
here.
to spend
In
the rest of my
reality,
goddamn
I
life.
am profiling here. That's right. All the people on food stamps are voting for Democrats. I'm sorry. That's just what's happening. So these are literal Democrat voters that they are stomping on their necks and literally torturing their own people to use as some sort of leverage in this government shutdown to convince Trump to give money to people. Like, it's unbelievably evil on every level. The Democrats are evil for doing this. These entitled people are losers for doing this. And they are criminals and should go to jail. It's literally evil on every single layer, and it's gross. But anyway, Liberal Hive Mind has been covering the Schumer shutdown basically daily. So I wanted to see what's been going on over the last couple of days, because Chuck Schumer looks like he's losing his entire career over this.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, we're calling it the shutdown backfire, or maybe more accurately, the Schumer shutdown backfire. This guy clearly stuck his head in the sand, and he just blindly moved forward, ignoring all obvious cues that clearly...
I'm a disabled veteran and a single mom and I can't get snapped, and the Democrats hate you for it. Yep. I'm sorry, Chatter. They hate you. That's what's happening. That's where we're living.
Chatter,
The
but they
Democrats hate
fucking
you. They want you to die for their cause. Okay? You are literally fighting against evil.
this wasn't a good idea. I guess we witnessed the actions of a death.
No, you know what their plan is? Their plan is to shut down, to use these people as leverage, because when these people start revolting and they start burning down their cities, they're going to point and say that, look, it's the Republicans' fault for this. When in fact, it was literally the Democrats that initiated the fucking shutdown. They're the ones that are holding the fucking shutdown.
Desperate man. Chuck Schumer's political career is basically dead in the water. Even Donald Trump spoke about this recently.
You know, they're referring to me as a king. I'm not a king.
Right. No, but just so that Chuck Schumer.
Did he just say he's not a king? Oh my God. I thought everybody thought he was a king.
could go and say,
Okay.
I'm fighting
Yeah,
Trump.
well, Chuck is.
It's funny because it's all old ass people at these goddamn no king fucking
What are they talking about?
riots or rallies or protests or whatever the fuck they want to call it. It's retarded.
You know, at the end of the line, he's being beaten by everybody that they poll against him. And, you know, what he did is he did the right thing a couple of years ago on something like this, and he got hurt by his party. And it doesn't, I don't think it matters to him. I think he's just so dead that he'll do anything.
Yeah, and well, you know, you don't exactly make good decisions when you're desperate and emotional. You know, the warnings were right in front of him. The writing was on the wall. Engaging in this kind of Hail Mary nuclear option political strategy without actual good reason, obviously not going to work well. But Chuck Schumer, he ignored all the obvious warning signs and just moved forward with this sick, pathetic activist theater. And now, well, it seems to be fueling a red wave, a big time.
Oh, absolutely. I think people are really waking up to anyone that's actually in the know, because the Democrats are doing their best to blame Trump for the government shutdown. They're trying to say, well, it's Trump's government, so it's obviously Trump's fault, even when it's literally their fault. But anyone that knows anything knows that it's a literal Democrat shutdown, and they don't feel good about the fact that they are literally hostages to their party being utilized for evil. Like, people don't like that.
Red wave. The polling data.
Nemo lives in but the difference is Nemo lives in a gated community. he lives in the upper class.
Continues to drop, folks, and the trend is not slowing down. Rather, it seems to be accelerating. Democrats are not gaining. No, they are getting decimated across the board.
Oh, shit.
Let me show you guys what's going on here. But first, this video is brought to you guys by a sponsor, so let's play that clip. This video is brought to you guys by
ExpressVPN.
this shutdown strategy.
All right. Oh, Arizona voter registration update. 5,500 more Republicans, minus 420 Democrats. Oh, how does this happen? But I was told by the Democrats that Trump is the most hated president of all time.
For a while, and now, well, in just 1 month in Arizona, Republicans have now gained almost 5,500 registered voters.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, Democrats continue to bleed voters. And listen, this is not normal for the trend to be continuing after an election like this, especially to this degree. And you might think, well, you know, the scale of it is pretty small. It's only 5,000.
So for those of you that don't know, the way it normally works is you have an election, and then now that the new person is elected, as bad stuff inevitably happens, normally the elected party bleeds voters. That's why you keep swinging back and forth. Normally you have like a Republican for let's say 2 terms, and then a Democrat for 2 terms, or Republican for 2 terms, and the pendulum swings back and forth like that normally. The fact that it's literally bleeding Democrats is insane.
Voters, but it's 5,000 voters in a single month. This is a continued.
That's in a single month? Just for the month of October?
Political revolt. It will not stop. Usually these trends follow some sort of big event, you know, especially in an election season when a president is clearly outperforming the other side. But it's been almost a year since the last election, since President Trump won. And the trend is not slowing down. So obviously we have to now correlate this to what the Democrats are doing. This is a response to their unhinged, ineffective, non-productive behavior. And it's happening in the worst places, in the most important swing states. It's happening in Pennsylvania. It's happening in Arizona.
We used to have 7 swing states. Now we have 8 swing states, is what they're trying to say.
And Arizona is a state that Democrats need. And they told us after 2020, after Joe Biden won the state by a very slim margin, that they had defended the state. But fast forward today, Republicans now hold a 333,000 voter registration lead in the state of Arizona. Democrats have been ditched. People would rather identify as an independent than Democrat. Now, of course, keep in mind, independents in the state tend to lean Democratic, but still, it continues to show that the Democrat brand is toxic. People do not want to identify.
Well, to be honest, they've done nothing good at all. They have not they don't have a single good policy. I can't even think of a single like that's the crazy part. Normally, you'd think that, you know, you either pick the best of 2 good options or you pick the lesser of 2 evils. There are no good policies that the Democrats are currently running on. None, not one. They don't have a single good policy. That's the craziest part. Like, their policies are the policies of the devil, you know? Like, what, child castration? What, baby murder? Does that appeal to you? Like, what are the policies of the Democrat Party that you can, like, even remotely recognize
And I'm on
it's just
directly on
anti-Trump.
YouTube
They made
now.
that their entire personality.
With it, and more so now as this shutdown is now happening. And just speaking to the trend that I was mentioning earlier, I got this post I want to show you guys because this is really where it gets put into perspective.
Oh my
This is
God.
countrywide. Since the 2024 election, Republicans are plus 1.39 million in voter registrations
Holy.
nationally. Month after month, state after state, people are ditching the Democrats in massive numbers. We're talking tens of thousands, in some months, hundreds of thousands of people registering
that's
as Republicans.
crazy.
And Democrats are seeing the exact
Dude,
opposite.
and every single media platform is talking about how Trump is the most hated president of all time. He's so evil. They show us the rallies, bro. Remember they tried to show us these No King protests? Guys, look, there's like so many people at these No Kings protests, guys. Bro, but the numbers don't lie.
They're losing voters at an astonishing rate. And the crazy part is the cope. I mean, speak about having your head in the
Yeah,
sand.
true.
It's not just Chuck Schumer, it's also your average Democrat voter. The initial voter registration data that I showed you guys earlier, specifically in Arizona, look at the top comment. LOL, they're just switching to primary Republicans. Are you kidding me?
Thank God you're not black. Jesus.
No frickin' way. Democrats keep pretending as if this is a real thing, but it is not. These people will say anything, they'll delve into whatever conspiratorial nonsense to justify the horrible numbers. Again, as we know with these Democrats, anything but actually being introspective, looking inward, asking themselves the most important question.
Are we the baddies?
Yes, you are the baddie.
True.
And it's no coincidence that this
We
is
the
happening
baddies.
now, that this trend is accelerating as
Obviously.
Democrats are doing the shutdown stunt. Voters see it for what it is.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I really think that, so the Democrats, for the longest time, they really thought that they can control the world based on their media manipulation. You know? They thought all you need to do is you need to convince a couple of boomers on CNN that you're fighting against fascism, and that's it. The craziest part is that's not working anymore because I'm the media now. CNN's not the media. I am. And everyone knows that. Everyone knows that the media is out of the hands of the retards. It's in the hands of the independents. And there is no way you're ever coming back from this. Every single, dude, I'm not even joking. Every single Democrat came out to say, we're trying to reopen the government and it's Trump that's preventing it. And every single one of them lied to you. All of them. They all did this. I covered this in a previous video. Every single one.
It's a hateful, vengeful, political hostage-taking strategy. That's exactly what Chuck Schumer's doing. The Democrats shut down the government, not over spending, not over policy, but as a political play to launch this cringe No Kings rally, sending their army of boomers onto the streets. And if you think the shutdown was bad for Democrats, wait till you start to see the polling meltdown following this No Kings pathetic performance. And you know what? I think all of this really comes down to the Democrats' naive trust in institutions. I think Chuck Schumer and the Dems thought the media would run cover for them, but this is proving to be a fatal mistake. Barely anybody watches mainstream media anymore. They don't have the power that they used to, not to mention social media has totally shifted. X is now owned by Elon Musk. It's the biggest political platform.
That's it.
The algorithm is no longer catered
That's
toward
completely it. I mean, you have to remember, the way they used to try to absolutely control us. They used to do their absolute best to control us. And they did it in the most evil way possible. Like, I'm not even trying to lie about this. They banned President Trump. They banned Trump from every social media platform. You really thought that they weren't going to...
That's all they want to do is they want to try to blame it on Trump. They want to try to blame everything on Trump. Trump out here trying to create peace in other countries.
They get absolutely obliterated when they tried to ban the president of the United States. Like, if they would ban Trump, who else would they ban? And the answer is everyone. Meta, Facebook even admitted that they were banning people based on, COVID misinformation, as they called it. Like, the reality is they had a vice grip on the media and they completely lost. They completely lost that vice grip. And,
I'm glad that the mainstream media lost the vice grip of having public persuasion. Because the public influence that they had was completely idiocracy. They lied numerous times. I mean, half the times, all of their stories were built off of lies, and it was a narrative that they tried to push to inform the public in a misguided way so that the public wasn't paying attention to what they were really fucking doing.
They tried their best, but obviously, it's just not enough. It's just not remotely enough. It's pathetic.
Not
and it's
enough.
lame, and they suck. And they're getting absolutely cooked because of it. And there's no way that they'll ever recover. That's the greatest part. It's literally the best part. They have absolutely no way to recover this. They were so used to infinite media control, they don't even know what to do. They don't even know how to argue. Because in the open marketplace of ideas, the only way they win a debate is by shooting the debater. Look at what Kamala Harris was saying. Look at what she was saying before she absolutely got obliterated because she knew she was losing the war.
That is placed on these social media sites to understand their power. They are directly speaking to millions and millions of people without any level of oversight or regulation. And that has to stop.
Okay, right away.
Yeah.
There's no way to misconstrue that.
What does that mean?
Oversight and regulation for free speech is ridiculous.
Yeah.
She literally directly says she wanted to get into censorship. She was like, I really hate that you have these people that have opinions online. We need to regulate the opinions of people. Like, dude, she literally straight up said it. And then she failed and everything collapsed.
Towards left-wing propaganda. The right side promoted news tab is not just anti-Trump propaganda 24/7 like it used to be. And so now there's a real, genuine, authentic national conversation, and Democrats are getting exposed every single day. The media can no longer protect them. Then there's the next element of institutional trust that's backfired here. All the polls in the early days showing that the people would support the Democrats in a shutdown, that they would blame Republicans. This pathetic weak talk.
That's the point. They really thought they could get away with it. Here they are, starving their own people, taking snap away from their own voter base, you know, getting tons of people fired from their jobs and not able to work and not get paid. And they really thought they could blame it on Trump because they were used to infinite media control. They were used to their fucking diabolical genjutsu that you would just believe them. But no one believes them anymore.
Point. Donald Trump and the Republicans, they control government, therefore the shutdown is their fault. No, you're the ones taking the government hostage. And obviously those were fake, phony push polls, but Chuck Schumer and the rest of the Democrats, they probably believed it. They probably believed their own fake polls. Just like they do in the election season. Oh, we can't possibly lose Hillary Clinton.
They definitely believe their own lies. That's the saddest part, is that they believe their own fucking propaganda. They believe their own fucking lies that they continue to push to the general public to confuse them and divide us. That's part of their division tactic, to keep the people fucking separate. Because if the people actually came together, the people of the United States, the citizens of the United States actually came together to work together, man, the government would be scared as fuck.
And has a 99.99999% chance to win because
and it shows that they'd be scared as fuck, which is why the government draws all this division between the people. It's retarded. I just hope that the people finally wake up to some of it. Like
Quinnipiac and YouGov and the Morning Compost told us so. Your polls are trash. They're doo-doo, dog shit, useless.
I mean, to be honest, like they're doing polls on the mainstream media where no Republican actually cares about the mainstream media. It's like they're like, we've done a poll where we only got Democrats to vote on the poll, and we got a result that the Democrats are going to win. And it's like, wow. Dude,
opium, confirmation bias. If you are developing political strategy based off fake polls, you will find out very quickly, and I think that's exactly what's happening. Because sure, if you cherry pick all your favorite Democrat pollsters, they're always going to tell you, no matter what you do, you're winning. By virtue, if you're a Democrat, if you're on the left-wing side, you just automatically win. But if you look beyond the phony push polls, if you actually looked at the data from the best pollsters in the game, we've repeatedly covered over the last couple of weeks that Democrats are on the losing side of this issue.
I mean, to be honest, it's very obvious they're getting obliterated.
Voters don't even want what they're fighting for, what they're shutting the government down for. And by and large, voters...
Yeah, no one cares about this. They're literally doing it because it's anti-Trump. Like, this is one of those Trump saying, Tylenol causes autism, and then you get Tylenol overdoses throughout the nation. You know? Like, that's what we're literally watching happen in real time. Like, there's an...
That shit's hilarious, too.
Entire government party, that's entire modus operandi is Trump bad. That is literally their entire identity.
Blame the Democrats and pretty much everybody near unanimous.
And they say Trump created a stir because he lost the last election. What the fuck? And then they got mad about it. They got mad that he wanted to have an investigation done on fucking voter registration fraud and voter fraud. Like, What do they think this shit is? This is their version of the same fucking thing. It's complete retarded.
Honestly believes that Republicans will end up winning in the end during this shutdown. The effort is futile. And to engage in this futile effort, to take it to the level that Democrats have, to push it to the extreme to shut down the government, and to now be extending that shutdown likely over 30 days by the time this whole thing comes to an end. Oh my lord, what a stupid, stupid idea.
But it's the Hail Mary play, but they have no chance of winning. Like, dude, oh my god, these people with their SNAP benefits and stuff getting taken away. Oh my god, dude, they're all gonna fucking go crazy.
That's going to be. I could pretty much guarantee you, I'm not a betting man, but I would definitely bet that it's going to continue backfiring against the Democrats. They will continue to drop in the generic ballot data.
I mean, to be honest, like we're living in the timeline where Trump is gonna go out there and be like, I have done the research. Do not eat your own poop. I've checked. I've talked to Bobby Kennedy.
And then you're gonna have people going and eating their own poop. That shit's hilarious.
Do not eat your own poop, and then you're gonna have a very interesting TikTok trend.
And people videotaping and recording.
Let's just say. All right. Anyway, apparently it gets even worse. All right. There's a big
abundant
issue
hypocrisy of the left. Well, I guess you get what you pay for. If you spend decades buying votes with handouts, training people to believe.
Exactly. It says, please do not feed the bears. It creates a dependent population unable to fend for themselves. Exactly. That's what the fuck the government has been doing. It's been giving these handouts to people all these fucking years, creating a dependency on the government. So now when the government shuts down for more than 30 days and benefits don't get paid, what the fuck do they expect to happen? These people are going to revolt. It's ridiculous.
That the taxpayer owes them a lifestyle.
Correct. No lies detected. This was honestly, I didn't expect it to get this far. That they're going to be losing the poor people, like the poor people that rely on the Democrats for their money because they were convinced by the Democrats that it's good to be poor, and in fact you should be poor so that you can get infinite government handouts and you deserve all of it. The fact that this is happening is honestly diabolical.
Royal ain't on food stamps. Far from food stamps.
Diabolical. It's diabolical. I didn't expect.
Ain't never been on food stamps. Not since I was a little kid.
This to happen, but it's actually like happening. Like, it's crazy. It's actually happening. It's actually happening. They convince people you should be poor and you should get infinite socialism. And now the people that voted.
That was even my mom working 2 jobs when I was a little kid, having 3 kids and 2 jobs.
For them, based on infinite socialism, are getting absolutely backstabbed by them that voted to shut down the government.
Well, then you breed exactly what we're seeing right now. God. Entitlement at a level just honestly unheard of. Dude, unimaginable.
Dude, this is like absolute cinema if you're a psychopath like me. This is absolute cinema. It's amazing. I've never seen anything like this before in my entire life. Yeah, have these people that are being like, I'm voting for the Democrats because they are the socialists that want me to get infinite free money from taxpayers. The Democrats want to shut the government down and they don't even get anything. Oh my god. It's like the
I don't have any other cards.
Levels of entitlement. And what's crazy is that these are the people who are saying America is such a terrible, evil, systemic, racist place. But imagine being a foreigner from a third world or developing country, looking at America and listening to these people who are now complaining as their EBT and SNAP and food stamps are now being withheld from them. Oh no, I'm not getting my $2,000 a month. I'm not getting my free money falling from the taxpayer's sky. What you
For the record, I think this is a cringe system. And I really think that like stuff like food stamps and stuff, it should definitely go to I don't know, disabled people.
I like minimal
stuff like that. And you know, people that, you know, have big families or whatever, and, you know, they're working a job, they can't afford it, you know, stuff like that. But the fact that this is just a crutch for entire societies to function, where essentially they don't even need to work to make a living, I think it you know, it doesn't incentivize
like
them to work. And I think that's not healthy. That's my opinion. You know who doesn't think that way? The leftoids. The leftoids believe in infinite culture, an infinite culture of entitlement and babies. That's what they want. That's what they're pushing. And now they're betraying them. It's like, it's absolute cinema. We are witnessing retard circus.
Expect me to
I don't
go get
no
a
government
job as an able-bodied young person? Screw that. I'm gonna go rob the store. Yeah, the cracks in the system, exposure to the rot, I guess, is now a byproduct of this failed Democrat shutdown strategy.
That's the craziest part. The Democrat shutdown is exposing this as like a giant fucking bullshit cesspool.
And we're too honest to people to lie and say that my wife lives on her own with 3 kids. We got morals and shit. We can't lie and do that. That shit's corrupt.
These important social programs, that cannot face cuts. 10,000 billion trillion people are gonna die if you do it. Clearly, the whole thing's getting freaking exposed.
Yeah.
The model isn't to help people get back on their feet. No, it's to make dependency the Democrat brand. Pure entitlement. Responsibility is a last priority. The excuses come first. This shutdown is ripping the cover off, folks. And it's showing everybody just how upside down these social programs really are. Holy moly, do I have some viral videos to show you guys today. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks. So here's the latest trend on TikTok.
Last time I got a handout from the government was fucking the money that they gave away for the pandemic shit. And that wasn't like anything that I asked for. Obviously, everybody got it.
We got a bunch of people now realizing that since the government shut down, they're unlikely to get their food stamps. I think people are receiving letters in the mail telling them their food stamps aren't coming anytime soon. And well, here's the common denominator from a lot of the clips of people reacting to this news.
If 42 million people are at risk of not receiving their benefits in the month of November, I don't think that the grocery store staff should be risking their lives for a bag of...
What? Risking their lives?
So is this lady saying that she's going to go kill people in the grocery store to get her food because she can't go work for it? And to me, that's the biggest part of the problem is you'll have people driving Mercedes and then buying their groceries on fucking food stamps. Like, if you can drive and pay for a fucking Mercedes, you should not be on food stamps. Period.
This is literally a death threat. This is a literal death threat.
Groceries.
Says they want to take food stamps away.
Oh my god, these people are crazy, man. These people are fucking insane. Like, you gotta go to jail. We gotta stop calling these benefits too.
You gotta go to jail, he said.
All right, we should call them poor handouts. Handouts for the poor. Or something. We should call it charity. I think we should call it charity. Government charity. All right, well, they shouldn't feel like it's a benefit of being poor. I don't know, man. It's disgusting. It really is.
Should be risking their lives for a bag of groceries.
Says they want to take food stamps away. I'm going to Walmart. I'm going to rack up any damn one, throw this in the basket. The out my way, I'm not paying for a damn thing.
Let me not get my food stamps. I'm going back to stealing. I don't care. If you leave your car unlocked in the middle of the night, lock it. If I don't get no food stamps, best believe me and mine's gonna eat regardless.
Donald motherfucking Orange Man J. Trump. I'm gonna take...
All I see is a bunch of lazy ass people not willing to work for what the fuck they want in life.
You're just like this. What the fuck you mean?
It's crazy that they all blame Trump. You know, like it's literally the Democrats. That's the funniest fucking part. Like, it's crazy.
Who ain't getting that goddamn food stamps in goddamn November? Cause I'm getting my goddamn shit. I don't know about the rest of you motherfuckers, but I'm getting my shit. Cause I'm gonna tell you just like this on Jesus Lamar motherfucking Christ. I will be at mother Walmart with my steel toes on and my motherfucking helmet, and I dare a try to stop me from walking out that.
All right, so Walmart staff, if you guys see anybody with a helmet on, just call the police. Let them get arrested.
Actual threat.
Don't even wait till they get to the checkout line. When you see them walking in Walmart with their steel-toe boots and their fucking motorcycle helmets on, just call the police and have them come get arrested.
Of theft and vandalism.
Store with my grocery. Baby, you want to see a human motherfucker bulldozer, baby? Because that's what the I'm turn into. If you think you going to stop me from leaving out...
Yeah, it looks like she's been on food stamps way too long.
That goddamn store with my motherfucking monthly groceries that I get every goddamn month.
I really don't advise y'all to try to chase after anybody that's trying to collect them some food for their family as they're walking out that door with that cart.
The fuck is this lady got pierced in her face?
Because you might around and don't make it home.
If they stop my food stamps, me and my man will be out.
They need to put the metal detectors back at Walmart. Put the metal detectors back up at Walmart. Don't let people come in with guns. They already threatening your ass on camera.
At the grocery
Snitching.
store, walking out with two big carts, and ain't bet nobody better do nothing because my man coming hard behind me, and it only take him one time to punch up.
Holy freaking moly! There it is.
No, I think it's actually cinema. Like I know we're supposed to be like sad and stuff that these people are poor, but I'm not trying to be rude here. But Elbozo.
I didn't even know they were called SNAP benefits. I just thought they were called fucking food stamps.
Oh, get a job.
Why are they trying to make it sound more fancy? It's SNAP benefit. No, it's fucking government assistance. It's food stamps.
But like I'm not trying.
It's called go get a job.
Trying to be rude here, but get a job, dude. Please get a job.
It's plain as day. The response from people isn't, oh, well, you know, maybe I ought to work a little extra. Maybe I ought to get some work boots on, be productive.
No, they want to put their work boots on so that they can kick you with them instead of work hard.
Generate income.
Nope. The solution is robbery. Yeah, and you're gonna tell me that there's nothing rotten in ghetto culture?
Feed my family. Nothing about going to food banks or going to the church, asking for help from the community. No.
Yeah, I didn't know that they were called SNAP benefits, though, even as an acronym. I just thought they were fucking food stamps. I haven't had food stamps since they were fucking paper dollars. Since they were literally paper fucking food stamps. That's a lot. They came on these little booklets that you tear them off. That's the food stamps that I remember when I was a kid.
Just, I'm going to rob you. Gone from robbing the taxpayer to now robbing the Walmart. So much of this is not a safety net. It's not people who desperately need it, who cannot work, they're unable to work. The whole thing is a shakedown. It's a taxpayer shakedown. And to add insult to injury.
Exactly. I was a kid. I was a kid. The last time I was on food stamps, which was when I was a kid, my mom was on food stamps as a single mom. We were living in the bottoms. That's the last time I remember food stamps with the paper dollars. Now, I know they give you this card with an American flag on it now because I've seen other people using it, but that's about the most I know about it.
It's not just I'm gonna rob now. No, there's a threat that's being attached to it as well.
Violence.
Try to stop from stealing for my
kids.
kids.
I'm gonna hurt you, or I'm gonna kill you. That's stupid as hell, snitching on camera about the cell.
Kids, I'm going to murder you, or my boyfriend's gonna punch you in the face. You better not try to stop me.
Let's not forget for just a second, the Democrats are doing this. Like, let's not forget. Like, this isn't just Democrat voters. This isn't just black fatigue. This is direct results of the Democrats doing this to their people. And
I'm not making this a black thing. There was a Hispanic person that also made a video about how they were going to go rob and steal if they didn't get their food stamps. But that's just the videos that are being circulated of people that are threatening about it. It just is what it is. But yeah, you ain't lying. I mean, all races of people have a poor sector. There's plenty of white poor people that are on food stamps. There's plenty of Hispanic people that are on food stamps. Black people that are on food stamps. I'm sure, I don't know how many Asian people. The Asian community probably doesn't have a lot of people on food stamps. I could be wrong, but this shit's crazy.
it turns out their people are violent.
I'll say that, I mean, they're the ones dictating and communicating threats because they're not getting food stamps.
And not super into the law or something. It's crazy.
Feel compassion for these people. I know the left feels endless compassion for these people.
Oh, I don't feel any compassion.
I'm sure there will be dumbass white people that do the same exact thing, Q. And I feel the same way about them. Arrest their ass. Send them to jail. If you're going to go threaten and rob and steal because you're too lazy to work, then go ahead and rob and steal. Fuck around and find out that those steel bars are cold in the wintertime. They cold in the wintertime, baby.
Like, that's the funniest part. Like, dude, you have to understand the insanity, all right? The Compassion Party is the party that's voting for these people not to get their benefits. I am not the infinite compassion party. I will pray for you to figure your shit out and get a job. I do not think you deserve the money that I earn. So realistically, you are barking up the wrong tree. Like you are a useful idiot to the.
Yes, but it's partially the government's fault for creating that dependency. It's partially the government's fault for creating that dependency for these able bodies that can work, that won't work because of the dependency that's been created, and now they're so dependent that they think that they are entitled. I'm not making it about a color thing. It is a poverty thing. That part you are absolutely right about. But the videos that are being shown, that just is the people that are making the videos with these dumbass threatening tendencies. We pay taxes for many reasons. For many reasons. It's not just to go to poor people.
Democrats, I want to make this very clear. You are the most useful of idiots. I want to make this
We pay taxes to pay our state workers. We pay taxes to pay our police officers. We pay taxes to fix our roads. We pay taxes for numerous things. It's not just for SNAP benefits.
fathomably, undebatably clear. The Democrats are promising you infinite money to get your votes, and they will literally take that all away from you and torture.
And the crazy part is it comes out of the people's that pay taxes, and then the people that actually have to pay taxes all year end up not being able to get no type of tax return. But the people that don't end up getting these large $10,000 tax returns, and they didn't do shit to get it. Let alone they didn't half the time they didn't even pay in any fucking taxes.
You as a hostage to hold the government, okay? All
because they've been eating really good off the government. They've been eating really, really good off the government. And that's a problem too, Q. But that's a separate issue. I believe potholes should be fixed. That is part of the thing.
All of you are their useful idiots. They're dumbass voters that, quite frankly, are just being yanked around by them. The ugly truth is,
they can take a lot of these SNAP benefits and go help fix these roads that aren't being fixed. They need to.
No one thinks you deserve my taxpayer dollars. The rich, powerful people are
I worked my ass off all year to be lucky to break even at fucking tax time or end up owing at tax time when I pay in my tax dollars every year. And then for people that don't work nearly as hard to get like 10 grand back in tax time, to me is ridiculous.
Promising my tax dollars to you to steal your vote. They don't care about you either. And this made it unfathomably clear.
Well, really, it's all part of their strategy of keeping these people as loyal, dependent voters. But no, my thought immediately is this.
Right to jail.
Straight to freaking jail.
Yeah, I said the same
it's
thing.
Unbelievable.
True.
But the raw, again, is on full display. It's people making videos like that.
Yeah, like it's unreal. We shouldn't deal with this. We shouldn't need to live in a...
The welfare project, the Section 8 projects, those were all failures. Those are all failures by the government.
Culture like this.
They created a dependency. They created a poverty-stricken area that was full of violence. They created many different things. Instead of just letting people work for what they need and work for what they want, they created these dependencies. And they created these sectors in cities where they just shove people. That creates problems for the future.
Shouldn't be in America.
This kind?
I got an email from EBT. I used to get $740 a month for my two kids.
$742 a month on EBT. And that's probably low compared to what some people get. But shit, I can't buy $750 worth of groceries every month. And I got 3 kids and a wife to feed too. I'm lucky to be able to spend 150 to 200 at the grocery store every week if I'm lucky, which comes out to like 400 to 500. Or probably like 600, but we still struggle with keeping food in our house because I got growing kids that need to feed. That's why I do spend, is what I'm saying, Carnage. I do spend like 150 to 200 a week on groceries, but it ain't always that easy. Some weeks I don't get my full hours. Some weeks I don't get my overtime. So I got to go do other side jobs to provide that. And you probably make more than I do, Carnage.
Kids, and we not getting EBT no more. They took the EBT. They saying I gotta work 20 hours a week. I'm not working for nobody. Get the fuck out of here. This is what Americans.
See, that's the dependency that they've created. That shit's ignorant. That's an ignorant ass statement.
Taxpayer.
I have to go work for mine. I have to. I don't have a choice.
I don't know. I think this one's satire. I've seen this one. This one I'm pretty sure is satire. So I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to.
Shit, and that's why I'm doing YouTube as well. I'm trying to generate another stream of income that hopefully it grows later in the house. I'm under 100K a year. I don't make 100K a year.
I include that one in the video. I'm pretty sure that one's satire.
Hurts President Trump. You'll notice a lot of these people, they're blaming President Trump. Trump's taking away my food stamps because they don't actually understand how.
Because half of them are corrupt, Cube. Half of them are corrupt.
Government operates and what's happening. They just know that Trump's currently the president and they're not getting their food stamps. They probably don't even know the government's shut down, to be frank. And so they're just pointing to President Trump as the villain. And that's the strategy, right?
That is the strategy. That is what the left is doing. The left is voting to shut down the
I'm not far from 100K a year, but I'm under that.
Government, then going on the news saying it's Trump's government, he's the bad guy, and their retard voters are believing it. And we have to deal with that, and they vote. That's the craziest part. You have someone that will vote against Trump because they think Trump is taking away their food stamps when it's not Trump. That is the problem with infinite retard jutsu that we're dealing with. The fact that all these dumbasses vote. That's the craziest part.
And I also grew up in an era where they put, bills get put in your name and credit gets ruined before you're even 18.
That's the craziest part, man. That's the wild part, man. I had a very hot take. I think that you need to pay X amount of tax.
No, I think a lot of the blame goes to the government, Cube. The government is part of the problem of what created this environment of entitleism.
Access to vote. Yeah, that's right. If you're living as a parasite on society, literally.
And then they want to go and they want to blame it all on the Republicans when it's the Democrats that shut the House down. I love America. I'm not a big government person, though. I'm not a fan of the government.
Then obviously you're going to vote.
The government has been occupied since the 50s.
Vote for the Leech Party that's just promising to wreck the country for your benefit. I don't know, man. I think this is insane.
Yank the benefits, cause pain, and then hope that you galvanize these people to show up to the polls. A lot of them are low propensity voters, and so the hope is to get people who wouldn't have otherwise voted in the 2026 midterms.
Yeah, her net worth is way over the value of what she's supposed to be earning.
Midterms to vote because, Donald.
And then her frail ass can't even break a plastic crown, so they had to do an edit to make sure that they got her to break it. It was like someone broke it and handed it back to her. If you look at that video of her breaking the crown, she goes to try to break it. The video cuts. It's an edit, and then she's got a broken crown in her hand. Someone broke that crown and handed it back to her. That's why there's a clip out in that video, and it's got an edit. Why the screen jumps to a different... Shit's garbage.
Donald Trump is taking away your free money. It's all about cultivating dependence.
I'm mean, I like Trump too, but at the end of the day, he's got the influence in his ear as well.
Dependency and then weaponizing said dependency, weaponizing it on command. This shutdown, man, I mean, it's exposing the rot. The scams
It really
are surfacing. Suddenly you're hearing about ghost dependence, the off-the-books side cash with zero income paperwork, households playing the system at
It's probably a trash ass roll.
every angle for the maximum payout. And when the money pauses, well, I guess suddenly the mask drops, right? Out comes the real attitude, pay me or I'll take it. Again, that's not social insurance, that's not a safety net, that is taxpayer hostage taking. When's enough gonna be enough? And of course, this fits in perfectly with some viral clips that we were covering, I don't know, probably like 4 or 5 months ago, where we encountered this one individual who was stealing professionally, right? Robbing Walmarts and Targets, wearing designer glasses. Then it turns out that she was getting all kinds of government benefits. Zero
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. You'll have people that pull up to the grocery store in a fucking Mercedes or a BMW and then whip out a food stamp card and buy fucking $1,000 worth of groceries a month. I can't pull up in a goddamn Mercedes or a BMW or buy $1,000 in groceries a month.
income, who I make no money. I set up a whole situation, no man in the house, all kinds of kids, getting all kinds of money from the taxpayer, and then subsidizing that money, not by working, no, because working would make me ineligible probably for
I say if you can drive a BMW, if you can drive a Mercedes, you should not be on no fucking welfare. Should not be on no goddamn food stamps.
a lot of these benefits, so instead I steal on the side. What a portfolio. Taxpayer money in one pocket, stolen cosmetic products.
I mean, the thing is at the end of this, when the government opens back up, they're all going to get their back pay. Every one of them is going to get back paid. So I mean, it's like they're on a non-paid vacation, but they still have to work, because the ones that are still working, because some of them are still working, they're just not getting paid. They'll get that back pay when it comes back around.
In the other pocket. It's a disgrace. And it's an insult to who are actually struggling and working their behinds off to actually make ends meet. The ones filling the trucks, stocking the shelves, running the forklifts.
Yeah, they choose how to distribute the benefits, but the benefits of they come down a line. They start somewhere, they get paid to the state then distributes them to the people. But yes, exactly. It's federally funded. They just give each state their allowance, and then each state gives that allowance to whoever according. But they do have emergency funds. But those funds as well, half the time, are generated because of the funding from the federal department.
People working for everything they have. People who have to budget.
That's right. For
me. To see this.
I mean, the reality is that's
Yes, they
where
work for
we're
me.
at. That's what
They don't
society
work
is
for
telling
you. They work for the taxpayers. If you don't pay taxes, they don't work for you. If you're not paying taxes, you don't have the right to call an officer a public servant, because you're not the one paying their fucking salaries.
These people. That is the tragic reality. The reality is that these people are being told you deserve the money being made by people that are working for it. It is inherently antithetical to, in my opinion, the value system that America was founded on. It's crazy.
Kind of entitlement. And again, imagine being from another country, a developing nation, and looking through the window and seeing this in America. It's a verifiable joke. And it's a joke created by the Democrats. An entire broken.
I don't know who your governor is, but my governor most likely won't, because he's a dumbass.
System. They pull on your heartstrings and say, ooh, the peoples, ooh, the peoples. These people? Give me a break. They should all be cut off.
Get a job. Get a job. It's so funny because this is like what the right's been saying forever. Get a job, bro. Like, what are we doing? Why are we literally giving you infinite handouts, communist style, so that you don't feel like you ever need to work because you could just survive on handouts? Like, dude, we've been saying this the entire time. They have been saying.
And the crazy thing now about the hurricane season is because of all this dumb shit going on. They're talking about that if you go against the, if you're anti-Israel, that you won't get the hurricane or the emergency relief from people like, what is it, FEMA or whoever that does all that shit. That they won't actually give you any aid if you're anti-Israel, which is crazy.
No, that's not true.
It's crazy that in America, yeah, FEMA. It's crazy that in America we can talk trash about our own government, but if we talk about Israel, we get fucking shut down and canceled. It's retarded.
And here they literally all get exposed. Every single one of them gets completely exposed for the worthless shitbag that they actually are. Get a job, dude.
Job. A functioning country should never bargain with entitlement tantrums.
True.
A proper country would protect its taxpayers, would draw logical boundaries, would restore dignity instead of enabling dependence and entitlement. The Democrats pretend as if they've got a moral mandate, right? But look at
No, but like when that hurricane, when the yeah, it was a hurricane relief came for North Carolina, and then in the mountains they had the issue out there with the flooding. People were getting turned down because they were Trump supporters. They actually were refusing to help people because of who they voted for, instead of just helping people because it's part of humanity.
the reality. Look at the rot beneath the surface. Look at what they're enabling. It's unbelievable. And don't
I
be
mean, I think it's awesome. I think this is the ultimate exposed. I've never seen them exposed quite this badly before. It's honestly very, very humiliating. I would hate to be them personally. I would hate to be them. Apparently, Schumer is now privately begging to reopen the government.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. And of course, I guess unsurprising to literally everybody, just like clockwork, the No Kings Schumer shutdown seems to be already coming to an end. The whole thing has fizzled. Very clearly, the public didn't bite on Chuck Schumer's
no one
little
cares.
fascism bait, and now it seems
Dude, no one cares. All right, everyone knows there's no fascism. Everyone knows there's no king. That's why this protest was so retarded.
Seems like behind the scenes, little Chucky boy here, little Chuck Schumer, is now desperately begging for some sort of a conciliatory deal to reopen the government. And obviously, this was always where we were headed. Stage a pathetic little Democrat tantrum, try to bully the country into blaming
That's
President
right.
Trump. And then, of course, once it all fails, or in this
Think about how much insane bullshit happened just to get to this point. Like, do you realize what they did to get here? Like, they closed down cities, they blocked roads, they lit fires, they went insane, they took benefits, and it was all for absolutely nothing, because Trump was never going to capitulate to these retards.
case backfires spectacularly in your damn face, then crawl behind the scenes, behind closed doors, in a desperate attempt to save face. Democrats clearly gambled that purposeful inflicted pain on the American people would somehow move the needle, move the polls in their direction, but now they're learning a harsh lesson. The polls haven't moved. If anything, they've moved away from Democrats. And so I guess it's time to cave. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. Let me give you the latest Schumer shutdown, No Kings shutdown update.
All
We
right,
got
let's
some
go.
stuff to get into.
Dude.
Roll the tape. All right, folks. So here's Speaker Johnson updating us. It seems Schumer is now begging for a little bit of a backroom, backdoor rescue.
So Republicans cannot and will not solve it in a backroom deal. Chuck Schumer has been suggesting that 4 leaders should go into a smoke-filled back room like they used to do in the old days and create this solution. It's not a possible thing to do. It was never appropriate. It's not possible to put on a continuing resolution because it's such a complex issue. Issues of this magnitude deserve deep thought and deliberation. That's how this system works here. And as soon as Chuck Schumer reopens the government, all of our members will have an opportunity to engage in the very important discussion of how to make Obamacare affordable. But we won't engage in Democrats' hostage-taking, nor will we pay a ransom.
And how pathetic is that? I don't know what Chuck Schumer thinks he's going to get here. You know, at this point, Democrats have already caused so much damage, and it seems a lot of damage to themselves. The idea that Republicans need to now step up and bail them out.
We've been supporting many countries that we shouldn't be feeding. Not just Ukraine. We've been supporting a ton of countries that I feel like with dumbass shit that we shouldn't be supporting. America, the government in America hasn't been America first forever. America needs to get back to America first.
Out of their own freaking disaster.
And then we get all these protests going on because we want to close our borders, because we want to do different things. We want to tax other countries for money that they're, or for products that they're sending to America when they've been taxing us forever. Their borders have been shut forever. But now when we want to do it to try to fix our community, it's a problem.
I mean, why? I don't think Republicans should give in to the Democrat ransom. No CR slush fund, no hostage-taking payoffs here. And honestly, at this point, even on the Obamacare subsidies, why even give an inch? The damage has already been largely done. It makes no difference whether now it continues for another week, another 2 weeks. Democrats already locked it in. They made their bed. Now make them sit in it. Make them sleep in it. You want to negotiate anything? Reopen government. That's how it works, right? That's where the debate should be done, in the offices of Congress during regular work days with working, functioning government.
Obviously, but they decided to go the hostage route because they're retarded.
Don't give them an inch, because the outcome here is inevitable. Chuck Schumer never had any leverage, and he was attempting to create leverage. That was the whole purpose of this theatrical play.
Yeah, he was trying to create the poverty people of America as his leverage.
Right? Shut down the government, create a lot of pain, build a narrative that then turns on Republicans.
Yeah, he's obviously from Texas, and I'm from North Carolina.
And then Republicans feel as though they need to act because there's all
I have also lived in half the states on the East Coast.
this outrage, but the outrage was manufactured. It's not genuine, and the narrative is now crumbled, meaning the side that now has to cave is not the Republican side, it's the Democrat side. They need to stop with this nonsense, you know?
The Republican side was never going to cave because we're not going to give free fucking health care to immigrants. We don't even have free health care for the American people. Why would we give free health care to people coming into the country that aren't from here? That's just creating more of a problem and more of a debt.
Don't get to hold services hostage, lose the PR battle, and then waltz into a secret room
Nah, dude, they were
meeting,
humiliated
still asking
here.
for something. You know, give me something. How about nothing? You get nothing.
You get nothing.
Democrats
That's
are
where
on
we're
the
at.
losing side, and you could tell by how they just continue to shift the talking points. They're moving the goalpost. Weeks ago, they were hitting Republicans with maximalist demands, restore all of the spending, they were saying, undo your entire electoral mandate agenda, keep
crazy,
every
dude.
program untouched, give us all our money back so we can continue this illegal migrant healthcare pipeline slush fund scam, keep the cash flowing for illegal migrants. But slowly but surely, the demands have lowered and lowered and lowered. The expectations have lowered. And now it seems they're just mostly focused on Obamacare subsidies. As if that was the line in the sand since day one when clearly it wasn't. It seems like the last thing that they've got.
Oh, yeah, they've been demanding many things, and now they're finally trying to settle on something. But we're not going to settle. The Republicans aren't going to settle on anything. Open the damn government back up, and then y'all can vote and deliberate on it as a House of Senate should do.
Got here. And it's funny because I remember Representative Lawler even told Hakeem Jeffries a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, reopen government and let's have a conversation, or, you know, let's extend the Obamacare subsidies. But
They don't care because they want to starve their own people. That's their plan. They want to torture their own people to manipulate.
Yes, they want to torture their own people to use their own people as leverage. But when the people start mutiny and burning down their cities, all it's going to do is cost the government more money.
Get them to get votes. They want to torture their people so they can say Trump bad. It's insane.
It's the Democrats that shut the government down. The Democrats are literally the ones that shut the government down to begin with.
Right, that was the message. Well, now all of a sudden, that's what Democrats are saying. But
you'll hear all the mainstream media, if you believe these paid narrative pushing mainstream media, you'll believe that it's Trump. But Trump didn't shut the government down.
Again, that's an issue of your own making. So now it seems their issue is with their own policy, not with
That's why they're waiting on that man right there, Chuck Schumer.
Republicans. Because, of course, the legislation that was passed, the Obamacare subsidies, Democrats introduced that legislation, they passed that legislation, and of course, they're the ones who set the expiration date.
These healthcare subsidies, which are so important, are expiring at the end of this year because that's when Democrats controlled Congress and passed the Inflation Reduction Act. It included that specific expiration date. Democrats were also the key architects of Obamacare. Is this a crisis of your party's own making right now?
No, it's a crisis because the current
it's not.
leadership in Congress is not willing to step up and take care of working people.
So is the
Democrats vote to shut down the government. Okay, Democrats, now that you voted to shut down the government, this is really sad. And they're like, no. I know we voted to shut down the government, but
Oh, yeah. I still pay taxes every week on my paycheck. But the demands that the Democrats were asking for are only going to put our country in more trillions of dollars of debt.
it's not on us. It's on Trump for not completely capitulating to our insane demands.
issue the Obamacare subsidies, or is it the CR bill that they keep saying is not clean? Is it cash for illegal migrants? What is the issue? It's so incoherent and so stupid across the board. And again, at the end of the day, it comes down to policy discussion and negotiation. Why are you holding the American people, the American government hostage? The shifting of the goalposts.
Because they hate you. Because they hate you.
That's all the
Democrats have never been for the people. They've always been a communist party.
Evidence that you need. The Democrats are starting to fold. And you could tell this is unsustainable.
That's why there's so many Democrats that are leaving their own party.
For them.
They don't even want to be associated with the nonsense that's being pushed by the Democrats.
You got all these...
They don't even have a real face to run.
Left-wing politicians now getting grilled across the media, mostly on the issue of the damage.
That's the best part. The best part is the media. The leftist-owned media is starting to completely turn on them because this is insane.
They're doing.
The longer this shutdown goes, the worse the impact actually gets. We're talking more missed paychecks, more people looking for lifelines like food banks. Those are already seeing increased demand, but it's likely to just get worse in the coming weeks because the Agriculture Secretary actually warned states in a letter recently, according to the New York Times, that the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, is likely to run out of money in about 2 weeks. You've talked about what that program meant to you and your family as a kid. What do you say to people that are feeling this pain now and knowing it might get worse?
I am so worried about people who are not getting paid. I'm worried about the SNAP benefits. Since the shutdown began now 20...
No, they're not. They're not worried about the SNAP benefits because these people are sitting healthily on thousands, if not millions of dollars that they probably didn't even earn their damn selves. They don't even know what it's like anymore to fucking be someone that struggles in America to get by.
21 days ago, there have been 11 votes on the GOP measure to reopen the government, and you have voted no all 11 times. How are you explaining that to federal workers, including those in your state who aren't getting paid?
To be honest, I'm telling you, this does suck, and I'm supporting you in this.
Yeah, if I don't get up in the morning and go bust my ass at work, then my family ain't gonna have a house to live in. My family ain't gonna have clothes to put on their back. My family ain't gonna have food in the fridge or in the cupboards to eat. I have to continue to bust my ass.
Situation.
People all over this country.
Blue collar boy, forever.
Are looking at these notices.
That's not a good look, man. It's like, what do you tell your people? Wow, this sucks. Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. Yep.
A doubling of my health insurance premiums. Republicans will understand that and come to the table.
Do you know what would be powerful, though, is if Congress...
Republicans ain't gonna come to the table because you're sitting at a table that says The View with a bunch of idiots. Idiot number 1, idiot number 2, idiot number 3, and behind Nuxanore's big ass head, idiot number 4 and number 5. And he wants to solely be idiot number 6.
their money while they were waiting, because right now it's hard to imagine.
Dude, even The View is turning on the Democrats. This is diabolical.
Incentivized. It's easier for the politicians in D.C.
SNAP benefits should have never been a permanent thing that they gave to people. It should only be a benefit that they give you while you are in need of in between a job. Your main goal should always be to be a working person. You should always be working for what you want in life. You should never be sitting there always getting handouts and then creating a dependency on these handouts to then go and think that you were entitled to these handouts because you're now dependent on them. It should always have been just a temporary thing.
To go away from each other and say, we will win this way, while people are losing their paychecks.
Like, just like not like unemployment. You can get unemployment as like a temporary thing. But the main goal is to find another job. SNAP benefits should have always been the same way. There should have been that same fucking structure. That where, all right, you're having hard times. This now is what we can give you this to help you, but you need to submit these applications to find further employment so that you can continue to feed your family. We're not going to give you these for an endless date. We're going to give you these as a relief or a help while you're on hard times. They should never have been something that people received for years on end to create this dependency that they've created. That now these people feel entitled because you're not entitled. Just like illegal immigrants don't have a right to be to America. Like, nobody has the right to come to America. Like, that's a blessing. That's a privilege. That's why you do it the right way.
If Congress just said, we're not going to take our paychecks till we figure this out, that would be a noble step in the right direction.
True. Congress is still getting paid while they're voting to shut down the government. How insane is that?
I would say.
That's not everybody can afford to do. You got some young people there with kids there.
Either can
These people are all worth tens of millions of dollars. Not everyone can afford it in Congress. Yeah, but neither can the people that you are literally taking their benefits, bro. You are the socialist. That Bernie Sanders, you're the socialist communist guy, and you are literally taking the benefits from the people to fund your slimeball maneuver.
People that aren't getting paid, though,
I think
and
that's
there's
a fair
holdout.
point. I think that's a fair point.
They're cracked.
By the time I make it to retirement, there won't even be a retirement left.
You can tell.
Yeah, no, bro got absolutely cooked.
And I'm not the type to retire anyways. I'm a worker. That's what I do is I go work. I would be lost if I was able to sit home all day and do nothing. Like, I would be lost. I need to go to work.
There. I have never seen anyone get that obliterated.
Whether it's working for myself, working for the family company that I'm currently at, which is my family's company, or working for someone else. My ass has always been a worker.
It's like, why don't people in Congress actually do the noble thing and don't take a paycheck while they vote to shut down the government? Because they need the money. Because they need the money. So you'll starve 1 million Americans, no problem. But because they need the money, the rich people in Congress. Oh my God, these people are such unbelievable frauds. It is insane. Apparently, someone just sent me.
You can retire, what is it, after 20-something years or something like that, or 30 years at the same company, some shit like that. If you put in 30 plus years, I don't know what the exact numbers are on it. But I know that if you work for like, I think it was like 30 years, 25 or 30 years, you can start going into retirement. But
A video
I don't know the exact
on Twitter.
number.
Apparently, Schumer just had a meltdown right now on the Congress.
You
on
can
the
get
floor.
early
Hold on.
retirement.
Apparently, this just happened.
I would ask my colleague, one of the greatest blows to democracy when we don't.
And if you've been investing in a 401k, or if your company also matches what you invest in your 401k up to a certain percent, there's multiple ways to do it.
Have a fully free press, and has it been a hallmark of so many of the countries that he has mentioned that are autocracies or absolute dictatorships to have no free press, so no information can come out, and doesn't that dramatically hurt
no free press
the American people when government is shielded and can do whatever it wants and hurt as many?
I was at a customer's house the other day, and his son makes millions of dollars. And literally all he does is drive around and find parts that fall off of planes. You can make millions of dollars. Like, the checks that they give you say, do not sign for less than 10,000. Do not sign. because these airplane companies, Boeing, uh, whatever, all these airplane companies, when small pieces or whatever fall off their plane, they don't want the general public to find these pieces because then it becomes a big deal in the news. It becomes a problem for the aircraft manufacturer. So they are willing to pay you top dollar to go discover and find these small pieces that happen to fall off planes. Dude, it's a hell of a fucking job. But they make so much fucking money. Like the checks that he showed me, they weren't even done checks yet, but it says do not make check for less than 20 grand. Do not make check for less than 10 grand. And all the guy has to do is drive around in fields with an SUV and fucking a metal detector and find these parts that fall off of planes. This shit is crazy, but it's a hell of a good job from what I heard. I was like, damn, how do I get that fucking job?
People as it wants because you don't have a free press.
He's wait, let me get this straight. He's saying that the media doesn't criticize Trump, that Trump owns the media and therefore the media never criticizes
Chuck Schumer is quite the dumbass.
Is Trump? Are you fucking insane?
Doesn't it really frighten, shouldn't it really frighten every American that this is a large step on the road away from democracy, towards tyranny, and towards...
The only people that are a threat to democracy are the Democrats.
Authoritarian government.
It's authoritarianism and
because they all want communist or socialist community, like
fascism, that the media is completely controlled by Trump and therefore will never criticize him. Are you insane? Are you crazy? Like, dude, these people will just go out there in front of the media and say the opposite of truth. Like, the absolute opposite of truth. The media exclusively criticizes Trump. Are you insane? Trump gets like a 95% negative media coverage. Dude, they criticize Trump for trying to end the Gaza war. He will literally lie to your faces. This is insane. All right, someone just sent me this clip of Trump. Apparently, Trump just mentioned this. Hold up.
And a friend of mine, talking about donors, a friend of mine, a man that's great. I'm not going to use his name unless he lets me do it. Susie can tell you about this, but he called us the other day and he said, I'd like to contribute any shortfall you have because of the Democrat shutdown.
Oh my God.
I'd like to personally contribute any shortfall you have with the military because I love the military and I love the country, and any shortfall, if there's a shortfall, I'll contribute it. And today he sent us a check for $130 million.
My God.
I would love to tell you.
Oh my God.
He doesn't really want the recognition, if you want to know the truth, but he gave us a check for $130 million, which was sort of a shortfall, yeah. And that's going to go to the military.
Elon, question mark? Elon, question mark? Was it a African-American friend, perhaps? That's crazy.
Probably. It probably was Elon. You're going to be working on the ballroom?
Easy. So while the Democrats are out there saying the media is running cover for Trump constantly, it's authoritarianism, that's why we are voting to shut down all of your money, Trump is out here saying we got it 100.
No, our government doesn't have free health care. But they're trying to push it for immigrants to get free health care that come to our country. Why would they push for immigrants to have free health care before they push for the American people to have health care?
$130 million donation to fund the military.
Canada is also very dependent on America.
Very well, the Democrats are voting to shut them down. That is
and they'll be very lucky to become the 51st state.
Astronomical. Yeah, no, I think it's really clear who the baddies are at this point. But yeah, anyway, that'll be this story of the Democrat Schumer shutdown. These people are getting destroyed. The left is, the funniest thing is, the left, they're cooking themselves. They're cooking themselves, man. And it's really funny to watch them absolutely destroy themselves for our amusement. Definitely subscribe. We will be making fun of more retards very soon. And
so if y'all like this video, go check out Nuxanor. He makes all types of political content. He does all other types of content as well. He's a pretty decent guy to go listen to. He's got some all right content, but But yeah, that concludes that video there. I mean, there are other countries that do things in a good manner for their people. Switzerland's one of the good countries that does good things for their people. But America's too busy. The American government's too busy trying to deny and divide their people because they're influenced by an occupied state that they should never be influenced by. The same occupied state that had Kennedy killed for trying to have them sign up as federal agents. It's just ludicrous. The Zionist state in our government is ridiculous because the influence they have on our politics in America is inappropriate at best. But that's probably going to conclude my video here tonight. Hopefully, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We'll be doing more. This is a new channel. I'm going to be showing more politics, religion, current events that are happening. I go live on Wednesdays and Saturdays on this channel. I have another channel that's my main channel that I push mostly for football. Y'all like that? You can go check out Royal Rawls Cowboys. That's my football channel. But other than that, we're going to be signing off here tonight. Yeah, I wouldn't trust the CCP. The CCP has a country full of slaves. Like the CCP is nothing to be bragging about, for sure. But yes, I appreciate you guys for popping in and hanging out. Definitely. Much love for you guys. Like I said, I'll be live on Wednesdays and Saturdays for this channel here. Be welcome to come back anytime. I'm going to be signing off. I got kids to feed and things to do. But y'all have a blessed night. Y'all stay great. God loves you. Peace.